Hello YouTube, it's Nova Piper. And I think as you can tell from the video, title of the video, you pretty much know what's going on here. My Rick Black poker and the much anticipated Amphora Rich in the green pouch from my childhood, gifted to me by Pipe and Tobacco. Don't know how long the video is going to be, start to finish. Char. So my father used to smoke this stuff, and I can remember it from growing up as a kid. This is all he ever smoked. Everybody has a story about how they got into the pipe. Well, my father smoked the pipe, and back in the mid-90s, when I was in my 20s, I gave it a shot. And I bought this stuff and I tried this and all kinds of different tobaccos, OTC blends, but I never really knew what I was doing, never really enjoyed them. And I found this stuff really, really strong, but I really enjoyed the flavor. Nothing special about it. It is to me though, sentimental. It's a cheap over-the-counter blend. Can't buy it in North America. I can't buy it from any of the online retailers that I use. But I originally seen it in the video from the Peaches when they were in Italy one time, and I said, oh my god, I seen it on the shelf. And I always kept mentioning it in my videos, that if anybody ever seen Amphora Rich in a green pouch, to pick it up. And somebody did. Now it's probably, you know, when I first started smoking the pipe again, I had no idea I couldn't buy it. You couldn't find this stuff around. Oh my. I had no idea what kind of flavors were in it. And it's probably not going to taste how I remember, because it smells a bit different in the pouch. But of course, I haven't even seen this stuff in 25 years, so there we go. I think Mac Baron does it now, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, made in Denmark by Mac Baron Tobacco. It was always from Denmark. I think Amphora always came out of Denmark, but I don't know about Mac Baron. But I'll tell you right now, it doesn't taste the same as I remember. I don't even know what's in it, what type of tobacco is in it. This one's not open, so. But there's something about Amphora that all the other Amphora blends, they all have something that's a little similar. That always did remind me of this stuff, but you know, I knew for a fact that, you know, after all these years, it's not going to taste the same. Try to get a bit of the room note off of here. I don't inhale it, but yep. This is it, eh? Well, this is it. Make sure she's going good. It's wet. It's just opened, and it's kind of a sticky tobacco. And I think I packed it a little bit too tight. It's strong. I always found it strong. Years ago, I used to find it strong. If I was to describe it to you, oh my God, I don't know. Well, it's an aromatic for sure. I'm not a fan of aromatics. I used to be because it's all I smoked, and but I remember years ago when I used to smoke it, I found that this stuff was very strong, but I inhaled it and I smoked it really fast, really fast. I think I smoke fast now. So then I found the tobacco years ago. The name of the tobacco was Sale. The brand was Sale. And back then it was in a blue pouch. We always used to just buy it based on the color. There's a cigarette line around here I used to smoke called Export A. I think it's McDonald Tobacco, Imperial Tobacco, Export A. And there was all different color packs. I always used to go to the store, say, give me a Export A Green Regular, or Export A Green Kings, or Export A Blue. There would be like light, extra light, mild, medium, with we used to call it Green Death because Export A in the green pack, the cigarettes, Virginia Tobacco, the Export A Green were one of the strongest cigarettes on the Canadian market. I think they were. I think it was Player's Filter and Export A Green. So we used to go say, give me a yellow Sale or blue Sale or green Amphora. But I used to smoke blue Sale because it tasted similar and it was milder. So every so often I pick up a cheap pack of over-the-counter tobacco because of the green Amphora, just to see if I can find something similar. I haven't played with like the Borken and Riff ones yet, but I may do that eventually. I'm getting a little low on plum pudding, so I'm going to have to pick up an 8-ounce can of that, and when I do, I'll probably get some OTC tobacco with it. But this tobacco reminded me of a chocolatey. When I used to smoke it, it was kind of a chocolatey flavor. So it's almost, it's barely lit. I'm trying to reproduce that taste. I hope this friggin' phone doesn't die on me. Its battery sucks and the video's right in the middle of a cutout. Happens all the time. Yeah, I'm into it a little bit now. If you gave this to me, didn't tell me what it was, I'd say, wow, that reminds me of Amphora Rich. But it smelled a bit different in the can. Or in the tin, it smelled a bit different than what I remember. And again, you can't expect a tobacco recipe to be the same, 25 years. But this was this package was probably the most anticipated tobacco package I think I ever friggin' got from somebody that's been gifted to me. Took a while to get here, but you know, ground shipping from Europe, Canada, our postal service sucks. I'm just curious to see, because I don't know me. So I guarantee you the tracking number still says that it's in transit, that it left Slovenia in a cargo ship, and that's, you know, our postal service never gets updated. Tracking numbers. Happens to me. I've had packages arrive through Canada Post that I have signed for there's a tracking number, and I signed for them, and the tracking information is never ever updated. It still says it hasn't been delivered. I didn't know what pipe to use. I was going to use one of my old pipes that I bought back in the 90s that I used to smoke this stuff in, but it's an old Brigham and it was way too big. I didn't want to smoke a big bowl. I wanted to smoke a smaller bowl. This is about a regular sized bowl, but I only did it. I didn't do the 3-pack, I did a 2-pack, and I found that, oh, that feels a little tight. I don't want to over tighten it, especially with this cut and where it's a bit damp. But I just cleaned this pipe out with alcohol not too long ago. Softy bit's not even chewed through yet, so. Yeah. It has that similar taste that Amphora has. This is the third Amphora I've smoked in the last few years, third different brand. But I'm a hardcore English smoker now. So I evolved. But I don't mind a nice aromatic from time to time. This was, to me, this was the best aromatic that I ever smoked back in the day. I was going to look on tobacco reviews and see what they say is in it, but if you guys are curious, you know, if you're that curious, go take a look yourself. I don't know, Virginia Burley, freaking flavored Cavendish. For sure. I'm getting notes, little nuances coming through of that memory. But again, I got to go really slow with it. Yeah, it's definitely not the same as I remember. I remembered it. Now again, this could be me, but I remembered it tasting better years ago. But now I've evolved, and I enjoy a certain type of English tobacco, and that's my thing. Like right now, plum pudding is my favorite. It's my favorite English tobacco right now. They don't detect any Latakia in this at all. Doesn't mean that there's not. I'm not that good at picking things up, but when I used to describe this to people, I always used to say roasted chocolate. Oh, you know, Bob's chocolate flake. No, Bob's chocolate flake Bob's chocolate flake may have a hint of chocolate in it, but not even close. But I always experiment with some aromatic tobaccos from time to time. I gotta get some burley. Yeah, I might get a can of, gotta get some plum pudding, can of burley, and then I'll pick up a pouch of maybe some